Please be advised this podcast is all nonsense. Nothing you hear or see while adventuring with the worm should be taken seriously, or more importantly, fact-checked. Try not to let the mispronunciations distract you from the knowledge being shared. You're just riding with two worms trying to have a good time.
Welcome back, Pog fans, to the number one Pog podcast in the world.
Do you reckon there's a podcast?
I mean, if not,
Would you call it a podcast?
you would definitely call it a podcast.
Oh, if someone doesn't have a podcast out there, I'm be so disappointed.
There will be one, but it'll be underground. Like, you can only find it on the dark web.
What is it with you and the underground? I know you like going underground trying to find out Uncle, but guess what? He gone. Left us.
It's where you find all the best things.
What, underground?
Yeah.
It's true, you do find buried treasure.
Exactly.
Potatoes. No, onions aren't.
Onions are root vegetables, yeah.
Yeah, but they're not found underground.
Carrots. Swedes.
Swedes, yeah.
Not the Swedish people. They tend to reside overground.
Oh, I thought you said sweets.
Sweets? You get some sweets underground.
You do? That's why I was like, sweets, yeah?
Sweets. Dirt. A lot of that. That makes for a lot of the underground, I'm not going to lie.
Does it count as underground, or is that ground?
Does water count as underwater?
No, because...
Yeah?
No, because
What's
you would
underwater? Well, mainly water.
But wouldn't that be part of the same body of water?
Well, then what's underwater? Fish.
The seabed?
So we're not...
bed?
So we're saying that even the fish aren't technically underwater because they're in the water.
Yeah, they're within the substance
So
of
we're
water.
talking of what is actually at the bottom of the water.
Yeah.
Starfish.
And the seabed?
Yeah, but
Algae.
they're sleeping on the seabed.
Coral.
Coral sticks up though.
Yeah, but still under the sea.
No,
Under the water.
No, but it's in the water.
Okay. I'm willing to concede that that's within the water. But yeah.
Beyblades.
That's where most of them end up.
What, in the water or underground?
Are we going back to underground?
I was thinking commemorative Beyblade. Storage caches.
Yeah, but they're also underwater as well.
You can store them underwater, but a lot of people just bury them.
Because it was easier. But the hardcore Beybladers...
The hardcore Beybladers did put them in water coffins.
Safest place.
Safest place to keep Beyblades.
The first few people that thought to do that. Genius.
Over the course of your lifetime, how many Beyblade games do you think you've won?
It's going to take me a while to...
Beyblade is hard for us to play because you do need hands.
Second.
We don't have them.
0.
That's what has been the case, yeah.
Yeah, 0. Yeah. I mean, it took me a while to check and add up, but yeah, about 0. Yeah. How much of the sea do you think you can drink in one sitting?
Now, are we talking the actual sea, so the salt water, or the same volume of, like, lemonade of sea? So we're talking volume-wise.
I thought the sea was lemonade.
Some of it is.
Part of it. The lemonade part.
The lemonade part of the sea is lemonade.
Yeah, so how much of that part could you drink?
3 cups.
Really?
Yeah.
We're talking about US measuring cups,
yeah.
Or the cup we have in the back of the ship?
The cup we have.
Oh, that's a massive... Well, that's a lot.
The big cup. The sippy cup.
Seeing as it's the one we pull around with the ship and it's about the same size. It's a lot.
As the moon.
What would you... You know how a lot of people do pairings of food and drink?
Yeah.
So, a lot of people would... It's just when you do wine and food, this wine particularly goes with this food.
Yeah, so
why don't they do a children's version for pop?
I reckon they do in some places. I reckon, like, Cherryade
goes with...
Cherryade go with, like, a fish finger.
Don't know if I'm convinced. I think
I don't know. I reckon actually a Ribena would go with a fish finger.
I'm thinking a Cherryade would go with a smiley face.
Yeah. I reckon... I reckon a Cherryade would go with a Turkey Twizzler.
Oh, that is a good matchup.
Yeah.
I still think something sweet. So maybe a cherry Coke would go with a smiley face.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, cherry Coke, definitely. I reckon with a turkey drumstick thing, You know, those breadcrumbed weird. Don't know why they're
Yeah.
called turkey drumsticks, because they're mainly just gristle and breadcrumbs, but...
They're not actual drumsticks. They're meant to look like... Also, they don't actually look like
No,
a drumstick.
I don't know why
they
they...
look like a mini guitar, if anything.
Yeah. Maybe... vinegar? I mean, it's bad anyway.
It wouldn't be vinegar. It'd just be one of those drinks that not a lot of kids drink.
Yeah.
Like tea. If it's on the children's one.
Yeah. What do you reckon we'll go with Capri Sun? Because that's quite an upmarket kids drink, isn't it? It's in foil prison and everything.
It's going to be an upmarket.
So that's going to be...
Remember those pizzas that you could get?
Ooh, the individual ones, the little ones, yeah.
That were meant to be like child size and they tasted like beautiful, beautiful cardboard.
Yeah.
Those bad boys.
Definitely, yeah.
'Cause
Capri
they're
Sun.
niche as well.
Capri Sun and mini pizzas.
Yeah. Not a Chicago town.
No.
I mean the old school
Oh, yeah,
ones.
no, I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah. That. Getting hungry, aren't you?
Yep.
Thinking about all the pizzas. How many of those pizzas do you reckon you could eat?
Too many.
That was so good, weren't they?
Yeah.
You sit there and eat like 4. That was it. That was for a snack.
Raw, out of the freezer.
I couldn't wait for them to cook. You think I got patience? I remember when I was really young, maybe a couple of centimetres long,
Yeah.
I really wanted to make some, and because I put the heat too high, burnt the top, still frozen underneath.
Oh no.
It's the best pizzas I ever had. I made them myself. My mum told me off. Or our mum told us off.
It's bad.
Yeah. Well, you didn't get told off. You pretend you're sleeping.
I always pretend I'm sleeping, that's the secret. Can't get told off, but you were sleeping.
Yeah.
Why'd you crash the ship? I was sleeping.
Why are you sleeping while you're driving the ship? I was sleeping.
I'm sleeping, you can't tell me off.
I can't hear you right now. Oh, good times. Yeah, Capri Sun, definitely upmarket pizza. I don't think there's... I mean, what would go with a lemonade? Refreshing, light.
Yeah. Like a carbonara.
Nah, because kids don't have carbonaras. Spaghetti.
Yeah, it'd have to be spaghetti.
Yeah. But that kid spaghetti...
Yeah, like kids, like...
There's barely got any meat in it. It's just,
It's just
sauce and
basically
noodles.
pasta and sauce.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Good times. Yeah, I don't understand why they don't do that for children. Like, why do they only do the adult version?
Probably because no one likes kids.
People like kids.
Some people, and they're like, they gotta be careful of them.
Or do you reckon it's really hard to sell when you're doing it for an adult? They're the adults buying the meal, so they're like, "Oh yes, I will have the pairing." Whereas to be able to convince the parent to buy that particular drink with that meal, you'd have to convince the child, who would cry enough that the parent would buy it, and then also the parent would hate you and never shop there again because you made the kid cry and made them buy a specific drink. That's probably why it's quite hard to market.
Also, I think it's a bit of, when you're an adult, you have disposable money. Because you work, there's a job. Because kids are basically a parasite. So they have no right to pick what they want. They're just going to get given what they're told. Whereas when you're an adult, you order the spaghetti, and then they're then trying to upsell you to get the expensive drink with the spaghetti. Because otherwise you're just going to have free water.
I kind of agree with that. Except for the word parasite. Can we call them underlings?
Yeah, underlings is fine.
Because they are mini versions of their parents, aren't they?
For the most part, yeah.
And though they scream a lot, it's all down to the dictator, which is the parent. And if you scream enough, that dictator's gonna beat you. He can dictate. Go to your room, underling.
For you'll sleep for 3 weeks.
I think they'd love that.
Yeah,
I know you would.
I would, yeah.
You love sleeping.
All about that life.
Love sleeping. Sleeping right now, aren't you?
Do you know how it had names? Pepperami. Are they still around?
Yeah, they've got 2 different types, haven't they?
Have they? Oh, red and green. Is that what
Yeah,
you
I
mean?
don't think those are the flavours. I love the green flavour, please.
No, but I thought they were the same flavour. Just one was spicy and one was normal.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
Oh, I thought one was different flavoured.
No, I think they're literally the same thing. One just has some spice in it, the other one doesn't.
That makes more sense. Because the adverts, yeah, because one was slightly angrier.
One shouted more.
Is that how spice works?
That's how spice works. It
Shouts
shouts,
at you.
shouts at your tongue, makes it angry.
That's why your tongue gets really red and...
Punches you.
That's me getting punched by my own tongue.
Oh my god.
At all? I don't understand why we were talking about... Why? Oh yeah, it's me. I forgot it's me.
Because we mentioned Beyblade, so naturally we went on to
Baby, that is... Oh yeah, drinking the sea.
we can see.
Good times.
That's where you store your Beyblades.
Store your Beyblades. What are you looking at?
Beyblade collection.
You're not there? You're looking out the window?
That's where I keep my Beyblades in space. My secret,
Have you found a new place to keep your Beyblades?
secret Beyblade stash.
No, I'm not happy with that.
Well, it's because you kept trying to lick them.
I wasn't trying to lick them.
You was trying to lick them, I saw you.
I was trying to clean them.
Same
tongue.
thing.
Nah. No. I think you can clean something with your tongue without licking it.
Interesting. How do you do that?
You apply your tongue towards it.
And just don't do the lick motion.
Don't do the lick motion. Press your tongue. No, that's it. You just licked then.
I can't do it.
You'd have to just press your tongue back. And then you withdraw the bacteria. Add your own, apparently, but withdraw the other bacteria. And then let it air dry.
Because that's hygienic.
Let it space dry.
Well, that's a good point. There's no air in space, so if you got something wet, would it dry?
It's quite cool in space, isn't it?
Yeah, it's alright. It's not too hot.
No, I meant cool. Like it's pretty cool up here.
Oh, it's cool
No,
up here, yeah.
It's not weird. It's cool.
Yeah, it's not
the coolest
weird.
place.
It's not weird.
It's probably cooler than...
Asda.
No, Asda actually keeps the temperature quite low. That's why they can store some stuff they ask you to store in the fridge on the shelves.
I swear because I didn't care.
If it's off, you bought it, alright?
It's like, you meant to store us in the fridge, we just store it here.
Maybe that's what's in the terms and conditions. You know, nobody reads them.
Yeah.
You buy it, it's yours. Store it as you wish. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I just thought I didn't care.
I read something the other day about a few companies who, in their terms and conditions, write little things like, if you send us an email with this word, we'll give you a discount voucher. Because no one reads the terms and conditions. So just put like random stuff in. If you send us an email to this email with this word, firstly, thank you for reading the terms and conditions. Secondly, we'll give you a discount voucher. How cool is that?
It's a lot of work for one discount voucher, though.
Yeah, but you could just skim it. Or you could find... Now everything's online. You could just search discount voucher. Something like that.
That's a good point, yeah. So you're saying we should search every... Oh, still a lot of work.
We haven't got a lot going on.
Yeah.
We already discussed this last time.
Got too much...
No,
I ain't
okay.
got time.
You know what? I'll leave that to you guys.
Yeah,
There's a
tell
gift
us.
from us.
You tell us. If you find one, you tell us, because we ain't got time.
But there's a gift from me. And you.
I was here.
You partook in said conversation.
I was on one side of it. Namely this side.
Are all conversations two-sided, though?
No.
Multi-sided conversation?
Every conversation is multi-sided, because otherwise... Is talking to yourself a conversation, or...
I mean, you can... I don't know if it counts as conversing. The idea of conversing is saying? Like, is physically saying it?
Yeah, but I can talk to myself out loud.
I guess you can converse.
And if the voice in my head disagrees, then it's an argument, and an argument's definitely a conversation.
No, but then I think that it stops becoming conversing. The voice in your head would also have to converse. So you'd have to converse as one.
Yeah, but then people throw me out of places.
This is it. This is why people don't converse with themselves a lot.
Okay.
Internally, you can battle away, but I wouldn't call it a conversation. I'd call it a mind struggle.
No, he's having another mind struggle.
Well, I mean, actually, it's not necessarily a struggle sometimes, is it? It's just a back and forth. The old mind moggle. It's like a struggle, but more affable.
You ever played Boggle?
I did.
I like Boggle.
I did like Boggle the one time I played it.
Yeah, I like that. I think I like the name Boggle more than the game Boggle.
I think I wasn't allowed to play it again because I thought the whole game was trying to use the letters to spell Boggle, and I couldn't make it.
They can't Boggle it?
Yeah, couldn't Boggle. They're like, I've got the word sand. I'm like, well, that's rubbish. It's
rubbish. The game's Boggle.
It's not even got any of the letters from Boggle. You're rubbish. I've got O. So you got one letter, yeah, but that's the only O there.
It's the only O.
People didn't explain the rules of Boggle.
There's one O in Boggle, so I'm winning.
Yeah, boggling. It was boggling. I always felt Boggle was a good sort of like a rookie starter if you want to go and count down.
Yeah, kind of.
If you could do Boggle, because remember, it wasn't Boggle. You had to do loads of words, or as many words as you could.
I think you had to get as many words as you could with the little letter dice. That
See, that's another thing I was rubbish at. I just made one word. The one word I was trying to make was Boggle.
It was Boggle.
So I just stopped.
I got Og.
Yeah. I think I got, was it Ogle once?
Ooh, that's almost a
But
Boggle.
with one G. And no, obviously no B. Ogle? So, yeah, that was the closest I got to Boggle.
That's a partial Boggle.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
So was I actually playing the right game then?
You was? They were playing it wrong. It's like Yahtzee.
So why did I get thrown out?
Because they didn't know what they were doing.
Rookies.
Yeah.
I should go on countdown now then, shouldn't I?
Should we go? No, just
I'll
keep
smash countdown.
trying to spell Boggle.
No, you don't spell Boggle and count. You spell countdown.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I mean, it's obvious. Countdown.
Yeah. Why else would they call it that?
Actually, I've just realised people have been playing countdown wrong. Countdown. What do you do when you physically count down? You count down in numbers.
Yeah.
People are trying to guess words. You meant to be doing the clock. 29, 28, 27, 26. No one's won. No one's completed countdown.
That's what it's still on. Because everyone knows once someone completes a game show,
Comes off the air, yeah.
taken off air, it's just they never tell the contestants what the true criteria are. So people think they're playing the correct game until someone figures it out, finishes the game, then it's
Exactly.
taken off
Who
air.
wants to be a millionaire? No one's ever gone. Me.
Yeah, and that's it. It's up there.
That's the answer.
Done.
Or everyone. Technically, everyone wants to be a millionaire.
Yeah, but they're technically the only person on the show, so...
Yeah. The question has been asked to them. Who wants to be a millionaire? I do. Game over.
Game over. Shut down. Turn off the
Ooh,
lights.
what
Get
other
out.
games would end if that was a category?
The chase.
Catchphrase. You just have to catch a word.
That's the word. The chase, you have to actually go and physically catch the chaser. You just have to go grab him.
Oh, I thought you said Brandy Walsh.
No, 'cause he's the
Host.
host. He's not the chaser.
Yeah, but the chaser will be trying to chase you then.
No, that's the trick. They think
Oh.
you are the chaser.
Trying to trick people?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
What do you think they've got him at the top of a ramp? You run up and grab him? Or they're her?
So it's almost like partial Ninja Warrior,
Yeah.
but also partial the chase.
Yeah.
The chase meets Ninja Warrior.
Tipping point, you've got to get
Iceberg.
Ben Shepherd to really get annoyed.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
thought it was towards with icebergs.
Yeah, but there's no iceberg.
Or
in
like
it.
cow tipping.
No, you've got to get him to really rage. You've got to push him over the edge.
And that actually makes sense because he's actually a really nice guy.
Yeah.
I can imagine it's very... The only time I've not seen him like be as nice as he seems on TV is when he does Soccer Aid. He's quite an aggressive footballer.
Yeah, you just got to get him to really just lose it. You just got to keep pushing him until he reaches tipping point. You've won the game.
But no one's ever had that.
No one.
Cojones.
Because they trick you in this other game that you're playing. So you turn up and you start playing what they're selling
if
you.
you leave this show on long enough, he'll probably get annoyed by one guy one day.
But that watching all the other shows have disappeared. Like Blockbusters disappeared, Bullseye's disappeared. You know, they're always bringing in viewers. But
Someone bought in a bullseye.
someone did it, but they can't air that episode because they can't show you what happened.
Yeah, that makes sense. These shows. What's that one? Big Break. It's probably someone just coming. Big ass crack.
I forgot there was a snooker game show.
Big Break.
Yeah.
It's only a game show.
I honestly forgot that existed. What a bad show that was.
It's brilliant.
It's one of the
And
worst.
you don't understand how. Can't remember. I know that. So they did a trick shot at some point
Yeah.
to win some money.
Yeah.
And I know at one point they had a professional player come
Yeah,
out.
they did.
Or an ex-professional.
No,
And
I think it was. I think sometimes it's ex-professional, but they definitely had some current players on every now and then. Yeah.
Because I think Stephen Hendry was
Didn't
on there
they
once.
do the trick shot first, and then they had to copy them or something like that?
No, John Parrott did the trick shot.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So he did the trick shot, and then they had to copy him. And even when they rubbished it up, he would just run round and put it in for them.
Yeah.
So you can have the money, mate. Whatever. It's such a comedy show. And then
I think it's because they couldn't believe they got it on the TV. They were like, how did this happen?
because the contestant for the final thing, I remember they'd have to answer questions, and the more questions they got right, it was the more time that the professional had to pop
Yeah.
all six
Balls.
of the colour balls.
Yeah.
I think they
a
had.
terrible show. I think it must have ran like two, maybe even one
I
series.
reckon it went way longer than that.
Nah, I really don't think it did.
Dude, I think you underestimate
I think I've only ever seen like 2 or 3 episodes of it.
Let's have a look. I'm telling you, big break, television show, 14 seasons.
Wow. I can't believe that.
I can't believe it's that long either.
That's shocking.
Guess how many episodes there were?
14 seasons. 280.
Oh, what were you going to say the first time?
240.
Oh, you went 222.
Oh, I knew it was going to be in the 200s with that many seasons, but I was trying to figure out how many.
Well, I heard you go 200. I was like, oh my god, he's going to get it. Thought you actually knew. You're like, oh, you know how I joked about that. Like,
really, I love Big Break.
Yeah, it's my favourite.
I've got them on VHS, I've got them on DVD, I've got them on mini disc. I've got everything. I watch them every night, all of them.
I was wondering why you have the soundtrack in the garage. And you're just kind of playing it every night.
Love Big Break.
Oh, it was John Virgo, not John Parrott.
I knew
John Parrott was... I think he was a snooker player as well.
I think so.
Maybe.
Price is Right. Some cracked that.
I'm guessing they just put in a catalogue and went, well, actually, I know all the prices.
I've got all the
Got them in here.
Yeah.
How much do you reckon this is? I'll give me a second.
Yeah, it's there.
It's the sale price or the before, or do you want the retail price, or do you want Argos's price? I've got all of them, whichever one you want. No, I just meant the retail. Yeah, no problem. Got that too.
Interesting.
And then they were like, oh, someone's cracked that. I can't think of many other shows that have stopped now.
There was one Jason Manford did recently that only ran for 1 season, maybe 2, but
Was
definitely
it the bigger break?
It was the Bigger Break, and what it was a snooker game show. No, so he brought people on and they had to guess values, and I think so. Like it was
just like 7.
No, so they had to guess. Like he would ask, how many times has this word been tweeted, or give us a word that's been tweeted X amount of times, and they had to try and guess. Now, that only ran for a few episodes, so someone must have figured that out super fast, because that got took right off the air.
Do you reckon there was just a way to be able to check it quickly or something?
I don't
Or
know.
do you reckon it just sounds really rubbish?
No, I don't know what it's called. Maybe just
It sounds
really,
awful.
Really, oh no, it was rubbish. Yeah,
Yeah, so I reckon it was just because it was awful.
No, because it's only ever taken off the air when someone finishes it. I just reckon someone cracked it really quickly. Do you reckon there's like, have you ever seen the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah, of course, I told you about it.
So they've got all these people working
the whole
together to get
cough
on the
thing.
show. Yeah, no, so they're all working together on how to get on the show and all of that.
Yeah.
Do you reckon there's a community who work together to figure out how to figure out the true game show? So they watch the shows and they go, the chase, someone has to get on and catch the chaser.
Oh, you're in like sort of a game show Mensa?
Yeah.
They sit around
sit
solving
around.
game shows,
Yeah.
taking them off the air one by one.
One by one.
Saving the world from
Exactly.
rubbish game shows.
But obviously the game shows know, so they try and screen them. They're like, no, these are from the... So obviously they can't use the same person twice because they know.
Yeah. So have to send in...
It's a constant battle.
How do you win Love Island?
Is that a game show?
I don't know, but I want it off the air.
Okay.
How do you get that off the air?
You have to learn to truly love the island. The actual island.
Tom Hanks already did that.
Yeah, but that was the film.
So you've got to do a Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks it.
Yeah, Hanksy, I'll ring him up, ask him how to do it. I'll ask him if he'll do it for us. He's already done it once, he surely can do it again.
Yeah, smash it out.
Maybe that's why they come up with these names, because it's too... Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I do. Too easy. Love Island. To actually, truly... Maybe it's like a Beauty and the Beast, and the island has to fall in love with... Truly fall in love with you.
Oh, you have to make the island fall in love with you.
Yeah.
Maybe. But then how do they know? Because the island will turn into a goose.
Start flourishing. Oh, yeah. I was going to say flourish.
Okay, makes more sense.
Like, starts growing fruit and roses.
Okay.
And daffodils. Coconuts.
Coconuts.
Palm trees. Cacti. I'm just saying stuff that grows. Yeah. All this stuff would start flourishing.
Okay.
Because at the moment, it's just got a building on there. A bunch of idiots sitting on it.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, yeah, I think this is why they come up with game shows that are harder to...
Milk them for as much money as they can before someone catches them.
Like, not necessarily... So, like, Big Brother was... We recently found out was on the air for, like, 18 years.
You had to become the legal brother of the game show.
You had to... Someone was battling that through court for 18 years for us. Maybe someone worked out straight away, but they're like, this is going to take some time.
It's hard.
Become the legal brother
Of a game
of a
show.
game show. That's hard. No wonder it took 18 years.
But it did it.
Thank you.
You have to commend them.
Thank you.
These unknown warriors.
Thank you, Game Show Mensa.
Should we ask a question? It's been 25 minutes.
It hasn't. In real lifetime.
Not a lifetime, but I'm going by Earth minutes.
No.
And we all know their minutes are dodgy. Dodgy minutes.
Yeah, well, they're done in 60 seconds. 60 seconds in a minute.
Who put 60 seconds?
Why is it not 100 seconds?
Stupid.
Who sat around going? Because they could have just sped up what a second was.
Yeah.
Because time was nothing.
And literally they've gone, yeah, 60 is a good idea. So you put 16 minutes in an hour as well. Yeah, 1 hour is 60.
That's a good thought. Why 60? Because they could have just done 100.
Because there's 60 quantets in a goober.
That's not it. Goobers weren't around then. And neither were definitely weren't quantets. They came out like 2 years ago. You know what, maybe that's something for another day.
Yeah, definitely. Can't get into quantets and goobers now.
I tell you what, we'll get a Subway later and we'll hash it out.
Do you want to ask the question this time?
Yeah, that'd be nice, thanks. You can make one of your body parts detachable without any negative repercussions. What body part would it be and what would it do? Why?
Now, are we saying the body part still works? Because if it still works, I would be tempted by nose area.
Are we going to say it still works for the same function it has now? Or are we going to say it becomes some sort of mechanical version of itself?
What do you mean mechanical version?
So if I was to have a detachable arm, it's mechanical, so I could have it like super strong, or I can have attachments to it.
No, I don't think...
So it's just the exact same thing, but just detachable.
Yeah, but is it still going to... So if I take my ear off and stick it on a wall, will I be able to hear through it, or is it just an ear stuck to a wall?
Well, this is what I'm thinking. I think otherwise, what's the point of having it?
No, I completely agree.
I think it has to do the same function.
Because otherwise, someone's going to walk into the room and go, why have you stuck your ear on the wall? You can't even hear anything through that. Just thought it'd be a nice decoration.
I think it's got to do the exact same function.
A tongue.
Why tongue?
Because then you could lick passerbys.
Just want to stick it on a wall.
So I'm thinking...
You can walk through restaurants and lick people's... I'm going to have that.
Yeah.
But as you walk to your table, you can just lick a bit of stuff.
So I don't think you could put it on a wall because you'd never get any good lick action.
Yeah, what if you put it in, like, the subway?
No, because dudes walking that close to walls.
Have you seen how packed the subway is?
Yeah, but then I'm just going to lick the back of some sweaty
I'm more worried about what you're going to bring back to the spacecraft. Your tongue's going to be infected by it. I have to disinfect it on the way in.
So I'm thinking like on a doorway.
Okay. But why? Why are you going to lick on a doorway?
People's hips.
I still think it's maybe... How does it find its way back to you?
Yeah, you got to go and collect it.
So you can't have like a homing signal that brings it back, like a really strong magnet.
I suppose you could have a homing signal so you could find it, but I don't think
you'd have to go pick it up yourself.
Or you could fit a magnet on it.
But even then, I guess you got to be within magnetation range.
And that's not very far.
Magnetized range. I think the homing device sounds pretty good. I'll put a tag on it.
But I suppose you could have that in yourself, couldn't you? Just glue a sat-nav to it.
Oh, actually, if it's detachable, I could like just stick it on like a RC Hot Wheels or something, like a remote control car, and then I can drive it back to myself. Or maybe I can get its own Uber. Get its own account. Is the account for you or your tongue?
I mean, I think the obvious one's just your eye on it, 'cause then you could like watch in rooms.
Yeah, but I also think ears pretty good. You're listening to conversations.
Yeah, because obviously you could see what's going on unless you're really good at lip reading.
You'd specifically have to go, I'm going to learn to lip read, but you also would have to hope that the eye is in a place where...
You can see their lips.
Yeah. If you have a detachable eye, is it both your eyes or is it only one? I'm going to go, you're only allowed one physical...
Yeah.
I think ear's pretty good. Here's some really dodgy conversations, wouldn't you?
Or nose.
Whoever smelt it dealt it. It was him. How do you know? I smelt it.
He was there?
I think we could work in a pair. One of us has an eye, one of us has an ear.
Who knows?
Sort of like... one of us has a tongue.
What does it smell like?
That'd be quite interesting. If I put my tongue on something and you put your nose near something, and I go, "Oh, this tastes like spaghetti," and you go, "Well, it smells like shit." I can't say that. You know what? It's in now. It's done. I'm committed.
That's so much useful than an eye.
I just think it's a fun game. I just think it's a fun
You
game.
can just see if it's spaghetti or not. Yep, that does taste like spaghetti.
I just think
It
loads.
doesn't smell like spaghetti.
But you can use it for loads of things. It'd be interesting. You know how they say taste, or most of taste is like smell?
Yeah.
So they work together. Separate those and see how much something smells like it tastes and how much it tastes like it smells.
Yeah.
Not just spaghetti. I mean, like there's a band in the things. I know I use that as an example. There's so much more range.
It's only applicable to spaghetti.
It's only Sorry, that's in my head still. But I do think the whole eye-ear thing, because it'll be like the whole see no evil, hear no evil.
Mm-hmm.
And they were two comedy wizards.
Okay, so why not use a hand and a foot?
To do what?
the one person who could try.
I have no idea what you're trying to say.
So the hand. We'll try and figure what it is. The foot's just there. to give the illusion.
Shut up for a second.
To give the illusion of almost a full human. Oh no! So you could stick the hand to the top of the foot so it could get around and touch things.
So like a thing from the Addams Family sort
Yeah.
of thing. But that didn't need a foot. Also, if I go hand, could I just do my full arm?
That's not going to fit on the foot as good.
No, but if you do the foot to the knee, so it has like a knee elbow joint,
Okay, yeah.
and then
I
a
could
wrist and ankle.
I could get some speed as well.
Yeah,
And it could wear a watch.
and sock
Yeah.
and a glove.
Glove, sock and...
Oh, you can wear a sports band. You know, people wear it like on their upper arm, like those squash players that think they're above the world.
Could wear armbands.
You can wear knee-high socks,
Knee pads.
knee pads. Get a tattoo on your calf. Show people. I mean, you can do that anyway because you got another leg. All of this stuff you can do. I just meant if you want to show people.
Yeah.
I think that would be a fun appendage to play around with. But I think we're going for usefulness. I'd go one of our eyes, one of our ears.
An eyebrow and a nipple.
Again, I don't think it's very useful.
It's not, but I think how confused somebody will be.
If there's sort of a nipple and an eyebrow just hanging out together
On a wall.
I mean, if I'm going to do eyebrow and a nipple, I'd probably prefer the whole hand, foot, but arm, leg.
I'm just thinking in a situation where you've been captured
Yeah.
by terrorists.
Hand is so much more useful, being able to take keys and...
Oh no,
Lock.
see, I was thinking you'd stick your nipple on the wall and when they come in, I'd be like, is that a nipple on the wall? And then you could take chance to knock them out.
You'd still alert people to the presence because you'd knock them out. Whereas if you can teach your
Yeah,
foot...
but then every person who comes in, the first thing they're going to see is the nipple on the wall. Now, is that a nipple on
Yeah,
the
but then
wall?
no one's there to knock them out because we've left.
No, it's stay until they're all knocked out. Because I've got to get
Nah.
my nipple back. Can't leave that
See,
in
that's
some
a problem.
terrorist
I
cabin.
think the arm-leg hybrid is definitely a way to go because the arm-leg hybrid, silent. Because
Fashionable.
Well, it's silent because it's not had to carry a full human around. So I'm thinking, if I was in that position, I mean, obviously I'd probably just have a detachable stump at the moment. If I was in that position, silent foot, hand can take the keys or unopened doors, push it through the bars of the jail cell, go take some keys.
It's definitely more useful in that situation, like the conventional ear or nose or eye.
Yeah, the ear, eye, leg, hand, leg, Yeah, I think the ear, eye thing is great for if you are a spy. Well, you know, you work in an area where, you know, a lot of gossip goes on and you really get some dirt. You want a promotion.
Yeah.
The arm, leg.
Well, the nipple thing could work for that, because you could stick the nipple on...
I'm not going nipple eyebrow.
Because you could put the nipple on their desk.
Yeah.
They walk in, unknowingly, and they lean on their desk.
Yeah.
Unknowingly touching your nipple.
Yep.
You've got them?
No.
You touched my nipple?
No.
Yeah?
No.
They've touched it?
No.
That's sexual harassment?
No.
It is?
No.
It is?
No, it
How is it not?
Because you were trespassing in the first place.
I was allowed to go in because I was changing the printer toner.
No, you know you're not the printer toner changer guy.
That day I was, though, because I was covering for him because he was off sick.
He's never sick.
He was sick that day.
He's never sick.
He was sick.
Because you know he takes his nose off. If he's got a runny nose, leaves it at home.
What if I bribed the printer toner guy to put my nipple on the desk? Because then I never went in.
Yeah, but he'd probably want to do something with his nose in really dodgy places, and I don't think. Because then it becomes a sexual harassment chain.
Okay, then what if I stick it? You know, like some doors have glass panels on.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, I've got an even better one.
So I stick it on the outside. I've never gone in.
Yeah.
I knock on the door, and they look to see who's at the door.
And they're looking at your nipples.
And they're looking at my nipple.
I was thinking about, why do you put it in their pocket? So they go home, they empty out their pocket, and they find this nipple, and his wife goes, "Whose nipple is that? Whose nipple have you been touching and carrying around with you?"
So I think you're writing off the nipple too early.
Okay,
Now, the eyebrow, I'm not too sure where
yeah.
that comes in, because...
I'm more... Yeah, but that, again, that's in that situation.
Yeah, so I think every...
I guess it all depends on what your job is.
What your job is and what you want to achieve. If you want to corner somebody into a sexual harassment lawsuit, go nipple. If you want to escape a prisoner of war camp, hand.
Well, we do a lot of escaping already, so we probably don't need to
But we can shrink.
Yeah, that's it. We don't need to help, like, sort of escaping stuff.
So you're thinking
But
eyebrow.
No, because we always get sexually harassed, but no one believes us.
That's
Actually,
true.
the nipple's quite a good one.
Well, people blame it on us because they say we're always naked, but we say it doesn't mean we're consenting because we're naked.
Yeah.
We just can't have clothes that fit us.
Yeah, it slides down us. We've
Slides
discussed this
down
in the
us.
chainmail issue.
Yeah.
Now, the question is, so one of us has a nipple. The other person, do they have an eye so they can see it and witness the sexual harassment?
Okay.
Because then the other one's the witness. Oh, how'd you witness it? Oh, well, I took my off, put it here, watched it. Saw it happen.
Watched it.
Whereas if you hear it, you're like, oh, you sure it was them?
Yeah, you can't prove it.
Eye and nipple.
Next question. Where are we going to get nipples from?
Okay. We're going to have to get more than one nipple. Because if you only have one nipple and we put it on a wall, they'll be like, well, you sure that's your nipple? Because you've only got one.
Cats have a lot of nipples.
Do you know why humans only have two nipples and why cats have like pairs of 6 or 8 ears?
Isn't it half of their natural amount of babies they have?
It's double, not half.
No, but I mean the number of babies I have is half, so 2 nipples is one baby.
I was going to say,
The other way around.
Humans have half a nipple. Yeah, so it's double the number. The nipple count is double the number of their
the normal
natural
Yeah.
offspring value. A weird thing.
I mean, who sat there and figured it out and then chose to put that many nipples on?
I suppose we don't have any nipples.
Yeah.
We don't have offspring.
Got no springs?
Other than when you ate that spring.
That's an accident.
Well, you bounce around for a whole week. No wonder you got abs.
No, said we ain't allowed springs anymore.
If we sew on nipples, do you reckon it'll look believable?
We're not very good at sewing, so it's not going to look incredibly convincing.
Oh, maybe not with our sewing, yeah. Super glue?
Super glue will be alright.
I also feel like we're going to have to find a way to make these nipples not rot off.
Velcro?
It doesn't matter if they're Velcro, we've got to find a way of them not rotting off. Also, when we take the nipple off, why you got Velcro on you? It's alright when the nipple's there, you can't see the Velcro. Velcro's fully visible then.
But then we make a skin patch to put on the species Velcro as well.
Yeah, but the skin patch will be a different colour to the normal skin on us. Whereas nipples generally are a different colour to your skin tone. So if you put a skin patch on it, it's like... I mean, you're a pretty yellow worm. If I put an orange skin patch on you, it'd be like, why are you orange all of a sudden? Why are you up? And then someone comes in, touches your skin patch, which is allowed because it's not your nipple. It's just your skin patch, drops off, bit of Velcro. What's this?
Oh no, I've been rumbled!
Exactly. The whole thing falls apart.
Yeah, okay. We just gotta be careful.
I definitely think the nipple... Oh, I don't know. Maybe we can't do nipple now then. Well, we could never do hand
We ain't got any.
or leg before. So if it was us...
Eyebrow.
The only thing we can do is your monobrow.
Yeah.
And my eye. Is it still sexual harassment if someone touches your eyebrow?
It can be. Depends how they touch it. If they lick their finger first and then run their finger through it, that's definitely
Ooh.
sexual harassment.
Yeah. We don't have many parts.
No, worms are pretty it's just a line. Like spaghetti, really. We're just like large spaghetti.
I feel like if I left my stump somewhere, does that count as my rump?
Oh, good.
He touched my rump stump.
My rump stump.
I asked him not to, and he kept squeezing me in. Maybe we do a double whammy. Your eyebrow, monobrow, my rump stump.
Oh.
Throw it in a bag somewhere. Someone, then we can say fully stroked up our eyebrow and stump.
So, get that pug money.
Okay. As a space worm, we go rump stump and monobrow.
Yeah.
As a human, I recommend you go
I think it's
nipple.
It's situation dependent.
Nipple. Well, it depends on your job.
Yeah.
Let us know what your job is.
And we'll let you know the best
And
combination.
yeah. And if it's just you, then you can't really have a combination, but I'll tell you what's best.
Yeah, but if
We've
you
done
let
this
us
in
know.
pairs, so if you don't have a pair up with someone, whether they like
Well,
it
you should
or
always
not.
be in a pair for safety.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you haven't, pair up now.
Oh, you should be looking at it already.
And trios don't count.
No, that's even safe because there's a straggler.
It's too many.
Yeah.
You can't effectively watch each other's backs.
It's going to be one person who's always vulnerable.
Yeah, running around the other two.
Yeah.
I'm watching the perimeter, and then when they go missing, you're like, oh, where's Dave? Watching the perimeter? Oh, he was here a second ago. Did he not loop round to you? Yeah, but I thought he looped round to you.
Yeah, exactly.
But, Dave's gone.
Not worth it. It's not
Next
safe.
thing you know, you get two nipples in the post, and everybody's crying. Oh my God, Dave!
These are Dave's nipples if I know anything at all.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know your potential career. If you're like, oh, I really want to be able to have a detachable.
Yeah, because I suppose once you've picked, you can't change, so you want to take the best option.
So if you're like, oh, I really want to have a detachable hand, we'll say what jobs you should really get.
Yeah, like a postman.
Yeah. So you can, if someone's got a dog, lob your hand. Or window cleaner's really good for a detachable hand as well.
Magician as well, because you could do loads of convincing tricks.
Like removing your hand.
Like removing your hand.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. And then obviously if you wanted to have like a removable footballer.
Yeah.
Figure skater.
You definitely wouldn't want removable feet for figure skating.
You would.
Why?
Because imagine the move, you go onto one leg, flip your foot in the air, do a flip, lands on. Boom.
Okay.
Because no one's going to beat that in a tournament.
No, you're not going to be.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not an easy move.
No,
But imagine if you master that.
Yeah.
You'd be gold every time. So, oh, well, you know what? He only did one move, but that's pretty the best move, yeah?
Just sit down for the rest of it. Yeah, okay.
Lick the ice if you want.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So, yeah, if you tell us what you want removable, there's a certain reason that we can tell you what jobs would be good for it.
Yeah, that's easy. Text us. Yeah. You know, number 999
642
999.
817. Perfect. And then make sure if you're going to leave a voicemail, let us know what it's to do with, because we get a lot of junk voicemailers.
Get a lot of junk voicemail.
Yeah. It's really annoying. But yeah, cool. Sorted. That was easy.
It was?
It's fun. Always have fun.
Always have fun on the Wormcraft.
Says the man yawning.
Sleepy. It's late now. I'm running out of that moon energy.
It's because tried to do another one at night and we didn't realise it's quite tiring.
And the moon doesn't provide a lot of power.
Especially when it's reflected off the sun and Superman's taking most of it. But let's not get into that again.
No, definitely not.
It's dangerous.
Well, I think that's going to be it because we're almost at time again. We're really bad at answering 2 questions.
We did answer 2?
Yeah, we did. Oh, you guys are really bad at listening to 2 questions.
No, technically we did answer 2 because the original question was, what would you change? But then halfway through you went, were we going to get some nipples? That was the second question, technically.
Yes.
No, it wasn't a question that was part of the question.
But we still answered it.
The question bag.
And at the end of the day, that's sometimes, I know it's not what you sign up for, but that's what you get.
Come here for a good time. You just got to have a good time regardless of whether you're having a good time.
And you signed the terms and conditions and it said no refunds, so back off.
And it did say a discount voucher, but no one's bothered to ring us on the number, which we're not going to repeat because you should be listening.
Should be listening.
And until next time,
Worm out!
Worm out!